Can you imagine there will be one day there gonna be no freedom and equality to everybody, include people like you and me? We'll become the actor in the movie. We see the lyric we're supposed to say and follow the scene, and we are who we are. And that will happen in no longer future. And let's dive in to our topic, who are stealing our freedom and equality. Before to give the answer to the question, I think it's really important to explain why equality and freedom are such important in our society nowadays. Of course, it's sort of a lot of people's goal and it's a base order of the society. But the benefit of those kind of ideology are not just that. It's have an even bigger benefit to all humankind. Those kind of ideology even help human to become the top of the food chain. To understand that, we have to turn the time back to 10,000 years ago in the Europe. There's two kind of human are surviving back then. One type is our ancestor, which is Homo sapien. Another type human are named Neanderthal. And compared to our ancestor, Neanderthal are way stronger and taller. In the same time, they are way smarter, they have a way bigger brain capacity. If you have to use an example to explain them, it's more like a perfect combination of Einstein and The Rock. However, nowadays, the ones surviving are Homo sapien. But there gonna be one advantage of Homo sapien that can win the natural select competition with all other race and other type of human. And that type of ability, in the book, A Brief History of Humankind, the author gives us the answer, which is imagination. To explain the concept, imagination, the book have a really good example question to make us understand what is the imagination of us. The author asks us, what is company? The company are not the product they sell because they can switch different product and it's still the same company. And it's not the money on the bank account too because they can spend all the money out but they still a same company. Or is this people working for the company? No. Because when they switch everybody out, they still the same company. Or even they move the building, they still are the company. But what is company? The company are a common imagination of a group of people. They may have the same goal or same identity. And this kind of abstract concept are imagination. Even more, give a more common example. It's more like the money we spend every day. If you really look at it, it's just a piece of paper. But this kind of piece of paper can exchange way more stuff than we expect. This kind of paper can exchange gold or silver. Or even more, since the digital time coming up, our money are just a digital number in the bank account. And this is imagination. But why imagination are so important can make us win the competition? Because the imagination can tie bigger amount of strangers and coordinate together and finish a larger task. And if you really think about it, the pencil we're using, from the cutting down the tree, make some to the pencil shape, to the warehouse to sell to us, and the pencil are so cheap nowadays. And that's the result and the benefit the imagination gave us, because if we do it by ourselves, it's gonna cost way more money than you buy in the store. Let's answer the question, who are stealing our freedom and equality? And my answer is technology. Let's go to the two different ideologies, see how technology destroys the freedom of us and the equality of us. Let's look at freedom for now. Imagine maybe 10 years later, your AI doctor out of nowhere pop a pill, say, oh, you know what, you should take it, otherwise you're in risk. But you feel perfectly fine. But if you ask, oh, why I should take this pill? The AI doctor say, oh, you know what, based on all the paper I read and your personal data, here's 1 million of page you should read through and you will understand why you have to take the pill. And most people will feel like, oh, you know what, I will take the pill, there's no problem. And this is didn't seem like a harsh choice for you, but there's even more harsher choice. An example I can give. Can you imagine one day your AI guy come up to you and say, oh, you know what, you should take a flight to Australia or to Europe to find a girl or boy, and you guys should get married, and that will be your partner forever. And now we have the question, should we do it? If we don't, but what if we have a really, really miserable life or marriage life? Or even more, what if the kid we have in the future are not as healthy as we think? In another hand, if we really choose to do it, but can we still call this marriage as love? Or this is only simple reproduction? And even more, if we choose, we go fly so far away to find a partner, in the same time, we are losing the freedom of choice. And that's how we become the actor. And let's look at the second ideology we have, which is equality. How technology affects our equality. There's already technology existing can make people focus longer and memory way faster than what we can do nowadays already. Or even all different kind of DNA scissor and change our DNA to the level we want. For example, for me, I will of course to buy the services to make me lose weight and build strong muscle. But those kind are private right now, are not really available to the public. But when they become available to the public, in the beginning, of course, only initially there's a little group of people who can afford a large amount of money will have this advantage. In the same time, they can use the capital to exchange ability they have and use the ability they have to earn more money, to earn more capital. It's like a marathon race. Other people are running, but this group of people can drive in a car. When they advance, they can use the bonus they got to upgrade the car to faster even more. And lots of people may say, you know what, equality are not still like this because the rich can pay for the better education, they have a better situation than other people. But why people still believe in equality nowadays? Because there will be one thing, which is time. Time can create stuff, in the same time it can destroy stuff. The smartest person's son may be stupid, or the businessman's son maybe are not really good at business. After 100 years, 200 years, the story may be changed. Everybody have a chance at least. However, when the technology comes, the scenario may a little bit different now, because they can really use the capital and the money they have to keep the advantage in the family or the group of people forever. They can use technology as a tool to change their kids' DNA and their grandkids' DNA and pass it on. Or even more, they even can become the person who manipulate how much should this be charged. And that will set a gap between the normal people and those people who initially can afford the technology. And after the DNA change, the DNA pool are so different between those two group of people, we even may develop to two type of species or two type of human. And that will change the last opportunity of equality that make people can work their way up. And by then, the equality will get destroyed completely. And overall, after we losing the freedom and equality, and some people may say, you know what, I can just, you know what, I have a humanity in my family or me. I choose not to follow what everybody do. However, there will be another concept coming out, is an economic concept called bad money will always drive out good money. What is supposed to mean? Let's take a look at a clear example. For example, everybody are changed their kids' DNA to become way better on sports and in the school smart, academia wise too. However, you decide not to change your DNA and your kid's DNA because you have a humanity. However, your kid in future, when they go to school, he's way stupid than other kid, and sports level he's way lower than other people, and he will get bullied and laughed at by other kids. Maybe you may not want to change your kid's DNA, but your kid, when he grew up or she grew up, maybe they even want to change your grandchild's DNA. And we do sure that humanity are a good thing in us. However, in the same time, humanity, maybe this kind of good money will drive down because the bad money are existing on the market. However, this is really sad story in our life nowadays. But from the book said, this is the darkest age, but in the same time, it's the brightest age. The reason why I say that because nowadays we reach the point that everybody are so close to the history. Everybody can write down a new ideology and pass it on and solve the problem with existing happening. And maybe the next person who changes the world are you. Thank you very much. I hope you like my video.